Right, well, hopefully that should sort of wiggle out of there. Here we go, yeah, here it goes. What I want to know is, hopefully it'll come out without having to take this switch out, yeah? I'm just going to pull it by the good terminals. It's on the move.
On the move. There we go.
There it comes.
So it's moving.
Right, it's a bit of resistance up where we got this bit here. This looks like a balance resistor which is connected to this terminal, so it should come out with all this base plate and vice and into there where that rivet is there. So this all that goes up. It looks like it goes into this, but it doesn't. It goes up behind it.
Oh yeah, it goes up behind it. I know.
So I'm rather hoping that it will come out and leave that little bit. Nah.
What we got moving down there?
Look, it's this little kiddie here. It's holding that on. We need to get this has got to come off with this back plate. It looks like, because if you look, when I'll pull it, it's see.
Yep.
So what's happened is it's been put together, and then that rivet's been done afterwards. So what I'm going to try and do is reverse that rivet.
Right. So what we've done now, we've released that rivet tab from. It's basically an earth strap
Of some description.
So that's now been released, and now we should be able to remove this. We're keeping it up that way so that the spring etc. can stay in. Here we go. There we go. Right, we are out.
Right, now we don't need this bit anymore.
Right.
We can put that to one side, and this is a bit we want to deal with now.
This is inside the switch.
As we turn it over, right, okay, we've got this little doofer here, so he's come out of the bottom of that. We'll find out where he goes and relocate him.
Right, so inside the switch at the moment, what we've got is this.
Yeah.
So that obviously, as you move the switch down, that black bit inside is going to slide up. There's all your little ridges there. Look for it to click into place.
Right, and this bit here is obviously the underneath.
Yeah.
Of
so this is
the terminals.
This is the bit where the terminal's broken off.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking is because of the nature of the beast, it's going to be very difficult to replicate that.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering.
Points.
Yes. Now that is there, like a bit like a relay. Works like a relay.
Yeah.
It's like a fail-safe for the switch to sort of switch overheating, and if your Wi-Fi sees up or something. The next job is we'll try and tease that off of there past this rivet here, and see if this just drops out. If it does, then we'll make a new one of these up, and then we'll just have to reverse engineer it somehow onto this switch face so it stays put. This is where the power comes through on this rivet.
Yeah.
So we need to make a new one of these somehow, which I'll probably use a metal terminal for, solder type. Pop a hole in it, and I think we'll try and very carefully straighten this rivet out as much as we can, and then we'll re-tap it over the new one of these. It might not get a locating tab, but at least we'll get a terminal on there that can be used, and you can put your positive on it, and we should have wipers again. As long as we can get that to fix onto that back plate and pass electricity through to this point pickup place here, then we're back in business. But yeah, at least it's fixable. Just goes to show that with these old components, it is sometimes worth sitting there. If it's broken, you can't make it any worse, can you?
No, that's it. That's it.
So you might as well have a look. If you can find a way into it like these, this is what I love about this stuff, is you can get in it and you can muck about with it and possibly save yourself what, in this case, about
$100.
$100, yeah.
That's right.
Right, so on reflection, we think the best thing to do is get this rivet out, which goes all the way through and holds the other side on.
Yeah.
Very gently. I might use a terminal a bit more so I don't damage the rivet. I don't want to damage anything, obviously. It's so fiddly, but so we might better reuse that. Ping, okay. There it is. And this is the other side of the points. And there's our rivet. And it looks like a hollow. No, it's not totally hollow. It's got a dimpled end. Okay. But we stand a better chance of making that work again than we did with it in situ. So now we've got our components out. We can put this piece to one side, somewhere safe. And then we need to concentrate on making a new, or fabricating something to replace this thing.
So that's the size of it. Now that that's flattened out, we've got the...
We've got an idea of the dimensions of what we're dealing with.
Yep.
And
Lovely.
we can fabricate something to copy that and replace it, and that should put us back in business. I'm sure I've got some metal, some solderable metal long. It rings a bell. I'm sure I've got some. Well, I'll have a look. This is what we come up with so far. I think we can trim that up to look like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll pop a little hole in it and we'll try our luck. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's a bit suck it and see. I'm thinking about playing it reasonably safe. The only thing is we have got is this like bottleneck shape here, which might make that a bit difficult to drill through there. And we've also got this thing here, but yeah, let's cut that off across there so we lose this bit, and then I think I'm going to pop a, eighth hole or something through there, whatever it is, and then we'll try and fix it back onto the block, and then we can, I'll probably bend this as well, because that goes across, funnily enough, as we're lined up here, where that bend was, where it bent up, was right in front of these two strengtheners here, so that'll give us a good place to bend it up from, so that you've made a new terminal. And what we might have to do is just cut the end of that off, which is obviously not a problem to make it flat, otherwise it won't push up into your block and stop the other ones making full contact, because it's reaching the end before they do.
Right, let's crack on.
Cool, right. So what I've done is I put that hole slightly to one side, and there's a reason for that, because I'm looking at this and I'm just wondering, although I don't think it's that important, if we line that hole up with that hole, you see I've done it so that you could bend a tab on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm rather hoping is that with a little bit of filing I can re-establish that tab.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it won't have this bit over the back. It'll just be that and the tab, and then we'll rivet it in.
That's fine, and the rivet goes through there, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That
And the rivet will go through the hole, as I can demonstrate. Perfectly.
Lovely.
So hopefully, when we bolt this back together, we should have a result.
Right, so test fit now. So
Yeah.
that's
So
put
I'll
that
go
log
in
back
there.
in there.
And then he's got to go back through that hole there, the right way. I haven't got a lot of rivet head left, but what I might do, worst comes to worst, I'll put a blob of solder on it. And then the idea is to get that to fit over that like so.
Yeah, there's not a lot left on that.
Not a lot left, but there might be enough if I get something in there to, like a small punch or something like that.
Yeah.
Might be enough just to hold it on. So we'll clean that up. I'll go and get my soldering iron, get it nice and hot, and we'll stick a blob of solder on that and see if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, this is where we're up to so far. Soldered another terminal on. Bent that one up.
Yeah.
And that's nice and strong.
Yeah.
Just going to do a continuity test.
So it's basically there.
Bang in.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Ended.
Right, let's just trim that off.
We'll
Because
trim
that's
that off.
quite
I'll
high.
get my decent wire cutters for that, and then we'll pop it back together again. And
That's just
yeah.
saved about $100.
Yeah.
Bit of make do amend, mate. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, right. Especially things like that.
Yep.
But this demonstrates the absolute wonder of handmade parts, basically, or early technologies, because somebody's had to put that together, so they had to design it in such a way. Nowadays the switches and things are made on machines with injected plastics and God knows what, and all and they're all set in resins and stuff, and you can't get out, and the only way you can really repair them is to chuck them and replace them.
Yeah, but that's it. There is no repair, is
This is
there?
what I love about this is what I love about old stuff, mate. You 9 times out of 10 you can get in it and do something about a soppy problem like that.
That's fab.
Yeah, it's wicked. That's gone well.
Right.
Just check. So what I'm going to do is just carefully wipe the faces of these terminals, just in case. And these bits ride along the switch plate.
That's right.
And give you your speeds, etc., etc. So we've got to put that back on there, and these back over. But the name of the game is just to get that so that you don't have to bend those right over into that recess. That's not how it was.
No, it's just purely to pinch it on. It's just to hold it
pinched it
in.
on. That's all they did. And apart from that, if it goes wrong again, and someone else in the future wants to do it, they stand a chance of that it all breaking off. And you know, it don't need to be.
Well, it needs to be tighter than that.
Yeah, it needs to be tighter than that.
Right, whilst trying to put this back together, it decided to have fun and games and break off. So what we've done, we've actually got ourselves another rivet and bored through. So we've got a bit of meat so that we can crush it down properly and put a bit of solder on there just to make sure. So that's what we're up to now. Right. There's your continuity. Lovely. Now if you turn that over, let's have a look and show what we've done.
Yeah, we
So
were
we end
lucky
up
we had
using-
some of those rivets, haven't we?
Yeah. Longer
We
one in.
just-
Squash that down. Now that terminal ain't going anywhere.
We had to make the holes a little bit bigger, but I was a little bit worried about doing that at first, so I went for the soldering option because I didn't want to weaken the structure and I didn't want to weaken this thing here because I can't replicate that really.
No, I know what you mean.
So
no, but that's nice and
I
solid.
think that is
very
good.
solid.
That is better than soldering it actually.
Is
It's
that your hand shaking on my camera?
probably a bit of both actually.
Right, sorted all back together. Bent over on the ends, tabs. That's back on the earth. She's all lovely. Is that right, Mush?
Happy days.
Happy days, mate.
Yeah,
Happy days.
a runner.
Yeah, it will be. So, George, lovely.